Hello, Market Club members everywhere. Jeremy Lutz here with your midday market update for Tuesday, the 16th of October. It looks like the markets are moving higher today on the latest batch of positive earnings coming out of the markets. The financial giant Goldman Sachs reported better than expected third quarter earnings. Goldman Sachs reported adjusted third quarter earnings of $2.85 per share compared to a year ago loss of 0.84 cents per share. While analysts had expected earnings of $2.12 per share, so they actually beat what the analysts were expecting. We'll take a look at that chart in a little bit. Beverage giant Coca-Cola also reported third quarter earnings that came in slightly above analyst estimates, but on a weaker than expected revenue. So, yeah, it was up, but they didn't make quite as much money, and it's actually their sales jumped over in Europe was a big shock there. Johnson & Johnson also reported third quarter earnings and sales that exceeded estimates and also raised its full year guidance. And then big news today is on Citigroup is the focus as the financial giant announced that Vikram Pandit has stepped down as the company's chief executive officer. It's a lot of words to say there. And as a member of the board, he stepped down. They also announced unanimously elected Michael Corbat as CEO and director of the board. Corbat previously served as Citigroup CEO of Europe, Middle East, and Africa. I'll have to see if he can get Citigroup, keep it on track with what Vikram Pandit had done. So with that, let's take a look at the markets and see what the trade triangles are saying about them today. And we'll just start here with the Dow Jones. Dow Jones currently at plus 75, a little bit of a reversal from what we saw the last few days. Actually, let's get this adjusted here for everybody so you can see it. There we go. Plus 75 currently long-term. We're still holding a long-term position. Intermediate-term traders are on the sidelines, and short-term traders are now on the sidelines if they had decided to go short on that weekly signal. Moving along to the NASDAQ. NASDAQ is currently at plus 55. Much the same. Long-term, we're still positive this market. Intermediate and term traders are on the sidelines, and short-term traders are presently on the sidelines as well based on these green daily trade triangle today. Move along to the S&P 500, plus 75. Again, long-term traders are still long this position based on the monthly trade triangle. Intermediate-term traders are on the sidelines, and short-term traders are now on the sidelines based on this exit today on the green daily trade triangle at 1443.90. And moving along to crude oil. Crude oil is actually at plus 60. You can kind of see it's still kind of bounces along this flat range here with support coming in like right around it looks like it's going to be about this $88 level, so we might see it bounce around a little bit. Short-term traders are short this position. Intermediate-term traders are on the sidelines, and long-term traders still holding long positions with appropriate money management in place. Moving along to the Euro USD, we're actually at plus 100 now based on our green daily trade triangle today at $1.29 and some change. Moving to the upside, it's had a nice a little bit of a move up there. So plus 100, we're long all time frames across all boards there. Gold is actually, we got that big weekly signal yesterday that we showed at 1738.58, still a negative 70. So intermediate and short-term traders are short this position based on the red weekly and daily. Long-term traders, however, are still holding long positions this market. And actually, as you can see with today's action, might be a good buying point today as we were waiting for a pullback to buy in. We've definitely had a pullback down to the 1740 level. So it may be a good time to add on to those long positions for long-term traders. And much the same news on spot silver, still kind of heading down. It's got a little bit of an update today and waiting to see if it'll stabilize. Still negative 70. Still long term, we expect this market to head higher based on our monthly green trade triangle. However, intermediate and short term traders are in a short position if they so choose with a score of negative 70. And move along to copper. Copper still is negative 60. Long term, we're still long this market. Intermediate and short term traders are both in short positions at this time based on this negative 60 and a red weekly and red daily. And we'll move along to Goldman Sachs. As you can see, it's had quite a bit of had a big move yesterday, about 3.35%, as rumblings were coming out that the CEO is going to step down. Even after the news today, it's still up about 0.23%, currently trading at 124.79. We're long across all time frames with a score of plus 100, and you actually see there's our monthly on 9.5 at 170.34, so we're sitting pretty good right now as MarketClub members if you'd follow the trade triangles on this. Moving to Coca-Cola, as you can see, even though they beat their earnings, revenue was down, which caused the market to go down today. We actually had a intermediate term exit to the sidelines position at 37.66. It's currently down 0.66% today. Long term, we're still holding this market as a long-term trader based on the green monthly trade triangle, but intermediate and short-term traders can take a short position based on this red weekly trade triangle here. Moving along to Johnson & Johnson, you see we're at plus 100, long across all time frames within MarketClub, and we actually went today on this weekly trade triangle at 69.74. It's a good entry point to the long side if you'd been sitting on the sidelines. We're move along to Citigroup. Here we go, Citigroup. And actually, I'm sorry. I was talking about Goldman Sachs earlier about, I've got a little confused there, but Citigroup's actually had a big move up yesterday as well, 5.46%, kind of mimicking what Goldman Sachs was doing a little bit there. And then we have up currently 1.41%, so a little positive news on the changing at the head of the table there. Plus 100, we're long across all time frames. Monthly, weekly, and daily are all green for MarketClub members. Then I remember I had said yesterday we'd take a look at Virgin Media, which we actually, and we'll get our little drawing tool on here, see if I can do this here. So we actually had our 52-week high rule, and right there we bought this market on Friday around that high of 30. Let's see here. Oh, we're having a little bit of a technical difficulty. There we go. We bought this market around the close, as at $30.70. Had a nice move up yesterday, so if you follow the rules of the 52-week high, you stayed in this market and you put a market open sell this morning, which it actually opened this morning at $32. So we had a nice little profit, which is around plus $1.30, roughly around 4% of what this market was worth. And it worked out to be a really nice 52-week high rule. If you've never seen what the 52-week high rules are, search our blog. Just type in the search feature 52-week high. And we'll just write that right here, 52-week high. And it'll pull up some information for you on how to use it, how to implement it, how it's a very short-term trade, only over really 2 days to see what a market does closing on that 52-week high. As in this case of Virgin Media, it worked out really nice little positive trade in the first part of the week. And with that, I believe Adam's actually going to be back in the office on possibly tomorrow, definitely Thursday for his 1 p.m. update, so you want to check in. Make sure you tune in tonight to the third in the series of presidential debates. We'll be putting a poll up after that's over to see what you thought about it. Did Obama perform any better in the second head-to-head matchup with Romney? And really, what get your thoughts on it? We had a great conversation from the poll last week. It's still continuing this week. If you haven't checked that out, go to the Traders blog. Check out the poll from, I believe it was last Thursday morning, and really a great conversation going on. And with that, we'll wrap it up today. Every success in your trading day, and we'll see you tomorrow at 1 p.m. Have a great day, everyone.